Burnley just look all out of sorts at the moment, don't they? We talked about how damaging that first goal can be in terms of confidence.
Aberdeen in August.
Does that count?
4, Bournemouth in September.
Oh, there you go then.
So they've done it twice this season. 4-0 in 22nd of September and 3-1 would be Aberdeen on the 2nd of August in the Europa League. There we go.
They went out of that, so that doesn't count.
Who needs the Tinternet?
They can have just the one. But I mean, it's very unlikely, isn't it, they're going to get back and score 3 goals. Very, very predictable.
Yeah, when was the last time they came from 2-0 down? Well, that I do not have the answer for.
Why not?
Because I wasn't expecting Newcastle to be leading 2-0.
Answers on a postcard to BBC, Key House, Salford.
26 minutes played. Cleared away by me and straight through to Dubravka. Well, Newcastle United all of a sudden here, bearing in mind that Burnley, with only one long-range effort, have hardly troubled Dubravka in these opening 26 minutes.
And that shouldn't have troubled Dubravka either, should it? I mean, it was straight at him. It was a slight bit of movement, a little bit of wobble, bit of dip on it, but he shouldn't have really spilled it.
Ball played forward by Scher. Out of play, it went for a throw. So it's a Burnley throw in front of the Bob Lord stand, as that clearance will bounce across the tiles on that tiny stand on the far side, and the ball might not come down. Oh, it's rolling. It's rolling. Hence the Newcastle supporters who are in a really good mood. And now it drops.
Nearly hit one of the managers on the head.
Burnley, meanwhile, have got a throw.
That would have been quite funny, wouldn't it?
They've been anemic, though, haven't they, Burnley?
It's just been so predictable. And they haven't been able to deal with Newcastle's formation. They haven't got to grips with that at all. And they've let themselves down from set pieces.
It will feel as if they've taken a step back here, because I think he thought, Sean Dyche, listening to him in the pre-match press conference, that they were starting to get back to where they were, especially after particularly the encouraging second half at Leicester. Leicester did have a number of opportunities a fortnight ago before the international break, but much more resolute in the second half in that goalless draw, however, to concede the 2 goals. The first one was fortuitous for Newcastle, but the second goal, good glancing header by Clark, although Burnley will be disappointed how they conceded it. Up towards Vokes, barged off the ball by Kennedy, and now it's with Diame who's coming forward, and Diame just strolls and then out towards Ritchie on this near side, on the halfway line on the left hand side. Back with Diame once again, just quite happy just to keep the ball at the back at the moment, Newcastle United. So Kieran Clark getting the goal. He was the player who replaced Dummett, the only change made. His second of the season, adding to the one he scored against Arsenal. But it's Newcastle United completely dictating this, Danny Mills.
Burnley look shell-shocked, don't they? No real answers at the moment. You know, they're looking around at each other. Do we press? Do we sit off? Do we let Newcastle have the ball? Sean Dyche needs to get to half-time at 2-0 down. I think that's the best they can hope for. One team's going to score at the moment. Looks like Newcastle would get a third rather than Burnley get one back. He needs to get the team in, and he needs to rejig things around.
Rondon just caught offside. Kennedy rather just caught offside. That'll be a free kick, which is quickly taken by me out towards Taylor. Taylor plays it early. Brady was the player they were looking for, but Scher came across. And that was one of the few occasions where they played it forward and fast and early from Burnley. But again, Newcastle, with the way that they're playing with the 3 at the back,
they've got the extra man all the time, haven't they? So they can gamble. They can step in front of Vokes and Wood, and it makes it very, very easy to defend against. The two wide players have got to push much higher up the pitch and cause the wing backs a problem, and that'll open more space in midfield for Burnley.
Newcastle United lead Burnley by 2-0. Been playing for nearly half an hour for what was eventually an 8:30 kickoff